Hey guys, this is Karan and welcome back to my channel. It is such a pleasure creating fresh new videos for you guys, so it always helps if you like my videos and subscribe to my channel. A huge shout out to all my friends and members at Watch Enthusiasts India, India's fastest growing and largest social media platform for watch collectors. Do join in the link in the description box below for all the fun, informative discussions and updates about our future events. In all my experience as a watch collector, I have seen that when two or more people, experts in their own fields, come together and put their minds to work, and that is when they create something unique. This is exactly what happened when Bruno Bellamich and Carlo Rosillo founded Bell&Ross in 1992. Both being fans of aviation and aircraft, they envisioned the brand as a maker of pilots' timekeeping instruments. For the first decade, production was exclusively handled by Zinn in Germany, with their offices based in Paris. As you can see from these older watches, the Zinn design language is prominently featured and the focus was heavily on pilots' watches. As a collector, I know that some of these watches are highly coveted in some circles. While they are a young brand, they are no slouches when it comes to watchmaking records. The Bell&Ross Vintage 123 was the first jumping hour watch with power reserve. It was introduced in 1992. The Bell&Ross Space One was the first automatic chronograph to be worn in space in 1994. The Bell&Ross Hydromax 11,000 meters was the Guinness World Record holder for wristwatch water resistance at 11,000 meters in 1998. After Chanel became a shareholder in 2002, production and offices were shifted to La Chaux-de-Fonds in Switzerland, where they completely revamped the design language. The focus was still very much on pilots' watches, but the rounded cases of yesteryears were replaced with big square cases that look a lot like the displays on the cockpit control panels. Such panels are called six-packs and may have a variety of instruments like altimeter, barometer, compass, tachometers, etc. We have the BR05 steel blue chronograph, a part of their urban line that is totally contemporary and in with the times. The chronograph model is characterized by a stainless steel stepped case that measures 42 mm across and has lovely vertical brushing on the bezel, polished edges, vertically brushed mid-case that flows down into satin finished case sides. Symmetrically placed polished screws on the bezel make sure the wearer understands the genetic pedigree of this robust watch. The electroplated blue dial has a radial sunburst finish that ranges from black to deep blue to bright cobalt blue in various angles and lights. To keep the hereditary similarities consistent, the 12 and 6 o'clock markers are oversized and have a lovely satin brush finish. The rest of the hour markers are lozenge shaped and filled with superluminova. All the markers are individually applied on the dial. Next, we come to the subdials, which are a different shade of blue than the dial. They are, in fact, concentrically textured and have more of an electric purple shade. The 9 o'clock subdial is for running seconds, and the 3 o'clock subdial is a minutes counter for up to 30 minutes. The hands on the chronograph watch are also quite coherent. The hours and minutes hands are lozenge-shaped, long, and filled with superluminova luminescent material. These are topped by the central chronograph second hand. The dial is rounded off by a few lines of text which could have been minimized further but are representative of the watch's features. The sapphire crystal on top has anti-reflective coating for clear legibility. On the crown side, we have a large screw-down crown that has ample machine knurling for a secure grip. This is surrounded by crown guards extending out from the mid-case. At the 2 and 4 o'clock positions, we have the chronograph pushers that are very much in line with the overall design aesthetic. Turning the watch over, we finally see a display see-through sapphire caseback on a Bell&Ross watch. Again, the stainless steel screw-down caseback has multiple finishing touches like polished, brushed, and sandblasted surfaces, all noting salient features of this power-packed watch. Through the caseback, we can visualize the Sarita SW500 automatic chronograph movement, which has been sufficiently finished with jewels and heat-treated blue screws. Although the star of the show is the large radial rotor shaped like a wheel, the counterweight is in one side with the Bell&Ross logo laser etched onto it. The downside of the display caseback is that it adds a lot of thickness to the watch to maintain a water resistance rating of 100 meters. Lastly, let's talk about the aspect that makes this watch stand out: the integrated steel bracelet. The bracelet attaches to the mid-case via a set of screws on both sides. The bracelet on the front has vertically brushed links with rectangular polished center links. It tapers down to a butterfly-style folding clasp. Another small nitpick would be the lack of a quick change strap system. Now this is how the BR05 Urban Chronograph wears on my wrist. On the whole, you can see a clear distinction in the BR05 Urban series as compared to the rest of the watches that Bell&Ross offers. The cases, while still square, are a little rounded, provide a softer feel of the aesthetic, and have daily wearability as their prime focus. While the Pilot's line from Bell&Ross represents frugality and utilitarianism, the BR05 represents extravagance and achievement. Their entry for the integrated bracelet steel sports watch category is nothing short of sublime. And paired with the additionally available rubber straps, the BR05 Urban series are your go anywhere, do anything watches, especially on weekends. This design language has come to be synonymous with the brand, and as such, these watches are terrific conversation starters and cannot be mistaken for anything else. For example, the date window is a consistent feature in all current Bell&Ross models, and they have assigned it to the unobtrusive 430 position. What's more, they have made sure the date is always displayed the right side up rather than at an angle. And lastly, all date wheels are color matched to the dial. These are the little things that set a brand apart. They could have easily thrown in a mass-produced white date wheel at a weird angle, but they took the time and the effort to do it right. With prime focus on symmetry, homogeneity, legibility, and fine attention to detail, Bell&Ross has been making ultra-utilitarian technical watches for the past 30 years. And I'm very sure that they're going to do very well in the coming decades. A heartfelt thanks to Bell&Ross and Ethos Watch Boutiques for sending these watches over for review. Bell&Ross watches are available with Ethos Watch Boutiques, India's largest retailer of luxury watches. You can get in touch with me over WhatsApp or Instagram DMs for a deal on these watches or just to talk watches. Thank you for watching.